The views and opinions expressed on this show do not reflect that of the staff and management of WNOV and W293CX 106.5 FM Courier Communications Milwaukee, but are the sole comments of the host and guest of this particular show.
Everybody get on the right ship, searching for a teacher, entrepreneurship. Rip, do your own thing, hey, entrepreneurship. Everybody get on the right ship, searching for a teacher, entrepreneurship. Rip, do your own thing, hey, entrepreneurship.
I'm coming very strong and bold. Let me tell you before you get told.
You got
See, I run my own thing like I won the championship ring.
period. So I say to all my misses, I'm looking fly, I rock my business.
Okay.
Now my friends be dialing, calling, while I'm having fun and balling.
Everybody get on the right ship, searching for a teacher, entrepreneurship. Rip, do your own thing, hey, entrepreneurship. Everybody get on the right ship, searching for a teacher, entrepreneurship. Rip, do your own thing, hey, entrepreneurship. Everybody get on the right ship, searching for a teacher, entrepreneurship. Rip, do your own thing.
Good morning, Milwaukee, and welcome to the Hustle and Grow Show powered by the Center for Teaching Entrepreneurship. Today, we are going to start the show discussing entrepreneurs in the LGBTQ community and individuals who started in the music and then launched a business.
Sure, I'll take the. Oh, there we go. I'll go first, starting our show off. I'm going to talk about the current CEO of Apple, Tim Cook. He served, as I said before, he currently serves as Apple's CEO and stands as one of the foremost entrepreneurs globally. Prior to his tenure at Apple, Tim had an extensive career spanning about 12 years at IBM, followed by executive positions at Intelligent Electronics and Compaq. In 1998, he became part of Apple's team, and after a period of about 10 years, he was elevated to the role of company CEO. Tim famously said in 2014 that he was proud to be gay, and when he made the announcement, he was one of the first Fortune 500 CEOs to come out as gay publicly. And a message that Tim wanted to spread to the LGBTQ youth in the community said that I needed to do something for them. He said he wanted to let them know that they can still be gay and go on to do good things and have big jobs in life. From that moment forward, Tim has actively spread the message that being gay is a blessing and a source of empowerment, asserting that one's sexual orientation doesn't limit their potential. And since his leadership, under his leadership since 2011, Apple's market capitalization has grown significantly, and approximately 348 billion. Their capitalization has grown from 348 billion to 2.5 trillion, and the revenue has doubled, and their net profits have grown 3.7 times.
That's a lot. Like just from one person being into the
Yeah,
company.
and he's also the guy that's responsible for most of Apple's most of their new innovations, like everything that they're doing with like the smartphones, like when they took away the button and everything like now it's touchscreen. Like he's most of the guy responsible for that stuff.
But you said after he came out, it skyrocketed like the company.
No, not after he came out publicly, but after he became the CEO, the stock skyrocketed. He came out publicly and said that, but when he was under his leadership, yeah.
What do you think like pushed him coming out? Like,
I think his own personal story and his confidence, maybe, because there's many people who fear coming out and they see it as some sort of bias. But I think from where he stood and what he saw and the way that he got there, he came in Apple, wasn't a very high position, but he worked his way up the ranks and he said, you know what, if I can do it, who else can do it?
Okay, well, my entrepreneur is a musician. You probably know him, Jaden Smith. He has a
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wait. No,
yeah,
I
he
meant like
dated-
he's a musician, like the
Oh, he's not LGBT.
no.
Oh, I
Oh, wait,
thought he-
actually,
I
is
thought
he?
he
I don't
dated
know.
Tyler,
I thought
the
he might be
Creator.
both. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I
he's
know
bi.
his
I think
sister.
he-
What's his sister?
It's like
Willow.
Yeah,
Willow.
Willow.
I'm not
I know.
positive though, so don't fact check.
Yeah.
Jaden
Let's fact
Smith.
check this.
I think he
Allegedly,
dated Tyler the
right.
Creator, right?
Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly.
You gotta clarify what we're saying
Allegedly.
here.
Okay. Well, he has a clothing brand called MSFTS Republic. I tried to look up what it stood for, but I couldn't find it. So I guess that's just what it's called. It's a multi-faceted brand and creative collective that's more than just a clothing line. It aims to educate and inspire individuals, encouraging them to think differently about the world. And if you know Jaden Smith, he talks a lot about, making the world a better place and being yourself. It encourages individuality, self-expression, and freedom. And the brand's clothing is influenced by urban streetwear and features artistic prints, casual cuts, and high-quality materials. He uses the brand as a symbol of change and empowerment centered around inclusivity and making the world a better place. And did you find out if he was LGBT?
Yes, fact check. Jaden Smith said he is.
Don't say that.
I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say that he is gay. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
that.
What was the other?
No,
Don't say
no.
that.
Okay,
Didn't
It
he-
came from
yeah.
Twitter, so I
I
can't
thought
say
he,
it.
yeah, he
Oh,
said
okay.
he dated Tyler the Creator.
I don't think Tyler
Yeah.
the Creator wants that.
I thought they were in a relationship.
Okay, no shade.
Wait, no shade,
Okay.
though. No shade.
No shade.
Anyways, okay. I can go. So my LGBTQ member CEO is Beth Ford, and her company is Land O'Lakes. Have you ever heard of that?
The butter company.
It's in the what?
The butter company, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Land O'Lakes. It's butter.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they said that she became the first openly gay woman to lead a Fortune 500 company upon her appointment as CEO of her company. And she was previously chef operating officer there and held executive roles as Scholastic. And
Did you say chef operating
yeah,
officer?
she was a chef operating officer.
It says chef, not chief.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I'm like chef operate. Like it's Land O'Lakes is a butter. Like I know
Yeah.
that
But
they
they have
produce
some
thought
butter.
it might
chefs,
have
though.
been the
They
actual
do have
thing.
some chefs. Like I believed y'all full hearted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
thought
like
it said
chef.
chef.
op-
I took a screenshot, put it in my notes, and I was reading it. I was like, it says that says
chef. I'm like chef operating
I thought
officer.
so.
That's new. I've never
That
heard
sounds
that
right because
before.
it's a butter company. Like
No,
they
it
gotta
would've made sense.
test the butter, make sure it's good, so they gotta make chicken and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Girl math.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, anybody else?
My LGBTQ entrepreneur is Emma McElroy. She is currently the co-founder of Wild Thing. It's a fast-growing retail brand in the U.S. and they help every kind of woman become a possible version of herself. So like they have like they design clothes for like women, but like more so like I don't know how to explain it, but like they make blazers, button-ups, and trousers, jumpsuits, and all that type of stuff. It was launched in 2013, and it became known for its clothes design and curriculum. And she said it's always stood out to her how exclusive and binary the fashion industry is. I recall walking into a department store years ago and finding an amazing graphic tee, a full blazer with stretch in pockets in the men's section, thinking to myself, why is this stuff off limits for women with that law thing we're doing?
Nice.
Yeah, I'd say like fashion should be more inclusive. Like people should be able to wear whatever they want. If you like it, you should be able to get it, and like you shouldn't or like people shouldn't look at you weird if you go grab some for the men's or the women's aisle because it's really just clothes. Like clothes don't have a gender.
Talking about inclusivity, I feel like also like sizing. Like there's a trend right now where, well, I think it's past like 2024. A lot of plus size people are going to different stores like Brandy Melville or stores that they know that don't have a lot of like plus size inclusivity. And every time they would go in the store, they always be like, "Oh, we only carry those sizes online. Like you have to go online to get it." And I think that's kind of messed up because people should be able to go to a store and buy some clothes even if they plus size.
Yeah. And even I sometimes have trouble finding clothes because although I'm shorter, like my arms are super long. So like finding short sleeves or long sleeves that fit my arms but also fit my torso is also hard.
Sure.
The LGBTQ organization that I found is Lesbians Who Tech, which is run by Leanne Pittsford in 2012. So she grew up in a conservative household in San Diego and came out at the end of college and earned her bachelor's degree in political science. And she began her career as senior director at Equality California and played a key role in the successful campaign to overturn Proposition 8. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'll have to look into it. And then her entrepreneurship and impact, she founded Start Somewhere, a digital agency that supported nonprofits and social enterprises. And in 2012, she launched Lesbians Who Tech, growing it from a 30-person gathering to a global force of 70,000 members across 40 cities, including major summits in San Francisco, New York, and Berlin in March. And so it's basically just a community to help people or like women and lesbians who are in technology to be able to find resources and find people who also look like them and have this similar backgrounds to get further in the technological world. That's mainly predominantly with men.
Okay, that's all they do. Like they help them find job, or do they employ them there?
Yeah,
also?
they employ them. They like outsource, like find other people who want to hire them. Like it's similar to like Chamber of Commerce. Like they help get them connections. They can hire them. They can find a community. Like you can talk about your ideas with them.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Okay, pretty cool. I'm glad that there's resources for people who need that type of stuff. All right.
Huh?
Oh.
No. I didn't have anything to say.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What were you? I'm sorry.
No, you don't get it.
I don't get it. No, listen, I'm so brain dead. I just don't get it. Besides Gay Pride Month, June is also Black Music Month, which did anyone do research on that, or am I the only one? Sure, good. I'll actually go through a little bit of history on it. So Black Music Month, also known as African American Music Appreciation Month, was originally designated by President Jimmy Carter on June 7th, 1979. And the month recognizes the profound influence African American music genres have had on our culture as a whole. And I mean our culture as in like American culture and the entire country of America. Like genres like jazz, blues, R&B, soul, hip hop, folk, military music, and gospel music, stuff like that. And it was my Black entrepreneur that actually makes music was Pharrell Williams. And also I didn't know this, but he's 52 years old.
Dang.
Yeah.
Really?
He's not. Yeah.
I thought it was like 30.
Pharrell
Really?
Williams.
No,
That's what
he
he was
was
like.
Larry when
Yeah, no.
the first
Well,
Despicable
yeah,
Me came out.
He
but
was-
like, time
No.
don't travel.
Listen, no, he does not look like he's 52. The brother looks good. All right.
I haven't seen what he looks like in years.
Yeah.
He doesn't look bad. I'm not gonna
There's
say
always
he
like old pictures of him.
doesn't- Okay.
Was he on The Voice? He was, right?
I think so.
Probably.
Was
He
he?
looks like
That's what I
exact
remember.
same.
Let me see.
He doesn't
Or
age.
this might be old. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. He
I
looks
mean-
like the same kind of.
Yeah. But besides being a musician, he's a singer-songwriter, rapper, record producer, and fashion designer. He first gained popularity and recognition as a popular part of the production, the duo The Neptunes, which with Chad Hugo in 1992, they produced hits for artists like Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and Mystical. Williams also co-founded and sung lead vocals for the alt rock / hip hop band Nerd. And he's known for his work making the Despicable Me songs. Like,
Happy.
He created Happy, Double Life, Despicable Me, Hug Me, many more like that. He also made songs for the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I didn't know, which is really cool because that's personally one of my favorite movies. And he came out with his movie Piece by Piece a few months back, where it was a movie about his entire life in Lego format, talking about how he got to the point where he is now. And you can actually, it's not in theaters anymore, I don't think, but you can watch it on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, or Fandango if you choose that. But his net worth now is estimated to be around 250 million, and he was actually appointed at Louis Vuitton to be the new men's creative director, and he's getting paid 25 million a year to do that.
He got paid $8 million per season on The Voice. That's what it says on Google, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
That was my first one too. You said everything.
I said everything
yeah,
about Pharrell Williams.
Yeah, I looked up like black music creators that were in like fashion or had other businesses, and that was one that
was the one that came up.
Because other ones are fairly common, like we know Beyonce and other people. But you already did.
And,
SZA.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I could talk about SZA if y'all need me to.
So go
Did
ahead.
you do
Wait,
SZA?
SZA has like
SZA?
a product line?
She has merch.
Oh.
But I don't think. Wait,
Merch
I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Merch does
Just-
count. She doesn't have like makeup or anything. Like Rihanna would be a better one, but we talk about Rihanna quite a lot. But I
Did
don't
we?
think. Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about.
we did,
We talked about Rihanna like the first couple shows I was in.
Yeah.
We have not
Like
talked about
last
her in
year
months.
I don't
I mean, we could talk about. I could talk about her. So Rihanna obviously is like one of the most richest people here. She's has a net worth in America. In America, she's one of the richest people in America, and I think she's one of the richest women in general in the world. But she has her own product line called Fenty Beauty. Probably heard of it. Makeup brand. She has really successful foundations, lip glosses, lip stains, and she's released how many albums? Like close to like 10, I would say. Close to 10. She's been around for a long time.
Let's fact check this.
Well,
I'm just saying one quick
fact
Google,
check it.
one quick Google search
Like,
and see.
But she
You might
hasn't
have
come
more.
out with the album in a while because she's
Yeah.
been getting pregnant back to back, and
Okay,
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
sorry,
I
sorry.
mean, no.
well, we
Okay.
can, but
Can we
like-
talk about how like cute Rocky and her is? Like they're such a cute couple. Like
They are.
they're a cute couple. Like I be like a year ago, I was like scrolling on TikTok and I just saw this like cute edit of them, and it was so cute. It was, like, so cute.
She actually released 8 albums.
8 albums.
Does
Yeah,
it have like
total?
matching like rings or like grills or something? Like
I think I got matching grills.
yeah,
I think.
that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cute. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you have a black music? Well, I could talk about the history of Pride Month.
Go ahead, regale us with the history of it.
So, it celebrates LGBTQ plus identities.
Really?
Wow.
And it honors the Stonewall Uprising in June 1969, a key event in the fight for LGBTQ plus rights. And it focuses on pride, visibility, activism, and community. Traditions are parades, festivals, marches, educational panels, and memorials for lives lost to anti-LGBTQ violence and HIV and AIDS. And it includes all LGBTQ plus people like lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and others.
Yeah.
Okay. Loaded opinion. Loaded opinion.
Oh my god.
Listen, I get loaded opinion. I'm letting you know. Don't get triggered. I'm not going to say anything too crazy, but I feel like people have taken some parts of Pride Month a little far. There have
Like-
been specific people.
Example.
Example?
Like
Okay. Specific people on the internet. I'm all for gay people and LGBTQ people having their own month and celebrating their sexuality. All for it. Go ahead.
I don't
Live your
think
life.
you are.
Live your life.
what? I mean,
Listen, I don't agree with the lifestyle. I won't tell people to, end themselves or anything. I'm not like that. I'm all for people having that freedom, right?
Mhm.
But there are some people in the LGBTQ community who have taken things too far. Like I've seen gay pride rallies that I've been at, and people have just been like naked
Why'd you go?
Why have you been at?
because I wanted to. Because I
like
wanted.
he said, he supports it.
I don't.
Oh, he don't. He,
I don't
He
support the
don't
lifestyle.
support it, but he went to Pride Fest.
Right.
okay with it. Advocates.
Well, it's time to pay some bills. We will be right back.
Crazy.
That's like the most.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Gear up for Quick Trip's Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Now through August 17th, play free daily in the Quick Rewards app and earn bonus plays with every eligible purchase. For example, grab one with hot food. That's 2 bonus plays. Each week, the cash prize climbs by $5,000, all the way to a $250,000 grand prize. So open the app and get climbing. Your summer, your climb, your win. No purchase necessary. See complete details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Are you a business, company, or corporation that has been trying to find a unique way to touch and talk to our listeners? We have the event, WNOV's 10th Annual Community Resource Fair, Saturday, July 26th at the Clinton Rose Center at 3045 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. This is an opportunity for you to share your services, your business, and opportunities you have to offer. So call our office today at 414-449-5490. and say, I want to be a sponsor of WNOV's 10th Annual Community Resource Fair. So what are you waiting for? That's 414-449-5490. Again, 414-449-5490. Do it today.
We're fired up for the 4th at Fleet Farm with deals that'll help you celebrate in style. Save $200 on a Traeger Woodridge pellet grill. On sale now for $699.99. Stay hydrated with 8 packs of Gatorade, 2 for $15. And get 1-gallon 4-packs of Liquid Pool Shock for just $14.99. Get ready for Independence Day with these specials and more at your local Fleet Farm. And check out all the items in our weekly ad, backed by our best price guarantee at fleetfarm.com.
What's up, Milwaukee? It's me, Mr. Debo, your host of the Blues Cafe. I'm inviting you to join me each and every Saturday right here on the all-new 860 WNOV and 106.5 for the best blues this side of the Mississippi. And get a little of this.
It's been too long, much too long.
And a little of that. And at 11 o'clock, it's the Burnt Toast and Coffee Check-In. Your chance to take over the show and become the host for just a few doggone minutes. Saying happy birthday, Nick Wilson. Send out condolences. I'm not sure of what it is, but you're invited to join us. You can have interviews with some of your favorite artists. We feature new music. It all happens each and every Saturday from 9 until 2, right here on 860 WNOV and 106.5 FM.
You're listening to WNOV 860 and W293CX 106.5 Milwaukee.
Welcome back to the Hustle and Grow Show, powered by the Center for Teaching Entrepreneurship. Now, that was some great information. We ended a little bit off on a cliffhanger there, but we're going to forget about that and move on. Okay, we're not going to bring it up, okay? We're actually going to talk about what our 47th president has done regarding the recent cuts to Job Corps. And for those of you who may or may not know what Job Corps is, Job Corps is a it's a national organization that has over, I think, about 120 campuses across the United States. They offer free career training and education for low income 16-year-olds through 24-year-olds. They get the experience they need to begin a career or apprenticeship and go on to college or join the military. And the best part of all of it is that it's free. They offer basic housing, medical care, nutritious meals, books, a living allowance, and if you need it, they'll offer child care support as well. But the reason that Job Corps is actually closing or getting some budget cuts is because of the budget restraints and concerns that the program is not as cost effective as it sounds. And a report highlighting how issues like low graduation rates and drug use and violence and security breaches happen at the Job Corps centers. So I know Mayor Cavalier Johnson actually had a press conference a few weeks ago talking about this, saying that, you know, he wanted to bring it to Milwaukee for so long. He spent 17 years of his political career trying to do that. And when he did it, he was so happy to give young people a chance to succeed. But now that it's being closed, you know, he was very saddened by this news and said, you know, people not to lose hope because they're going to do something about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily like fair to just cut it off because it's not like effective for some people, or like some people are abusing the privilege and the ability to use something like that, because other people who haven't abused that power, that privilege, still need it, and they still want to have the option.
Mhm.
So it should be like even if they don't use it, like
It should be more fair. I mean, they're looking based solely off of the numbers. Like according to the U.S. Department of Labor, the National Job Corps program is actually failing, and it says the deficit last year was $140 million. This year, it estimates it'll be $213 million. So the way the government is looking at it is that they're not bringing in as much as they're giving out, right? They're costing the government more money. So there should be a different program put in place, or they should reevaluate how they're going to do this. But the Job Corps has been doing good things for many years at this point for people that want to get into a career but have no idea how to pursue that career.
I feel like I think it's just because it's for like low income people. I think that's like the best part about it, because those people don't have access to anything. They can't go to college. They can't afford to go to college. Especially if you take like a gap year. Like, it's one thing if you just graduated high school and you're gonna go like straight into college because it's a lot easier. But if you're like 22 years old, it's a little bit harder to get into college. It's harder to get scholarships, financial aid. It's just like a harder process. And I think that having something like Job Corps is really important, because it keeps people like in education and trying to like get into a career instead of
having them stay on the streets.
Yeah, in the streets. And
My question though is, what would if any of us had an idea, what would we do about it? You know, or if you could, what idea would you do about it? What would you do about it?
About the numbers, or like
about Job Corps closing as like a whole, because they're going to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in Milwaukee, the Job Corps location is going to be closed on June 30th. It's finalized. I don't know about around the nation, but Job Corps locations across the nation are closing, and I'm pretty sure the organization itself is going to shut down. Well, what ideas do you think you would have?
I'd say it should be run like a nonprofit. Like, it shouldn't be looking for like number margin or like profit.
Like they should like one of those nonprofit charity organizations that, you know, they don't get taxed, so they can keep doing their work, but most of their money and the way they can keep going is through donations and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it should be run like that, like, because that's their goal, to give to the community, give people resources, and it should be free, and it should be getting, it should hopefully be getting help from the government as well, because this is important, because if it's implemented properly, where like they're giving people jobs, then it would be helping the economy rather than hurting it just by being in like a thing. So I think if the government like wanted to back it, like fund, and also the community knew more about it, because I'm not sure if everyone knows about
because That's a good point. I didn't know about Job Corps initially. Yeah. So I think that if there was more advertisement towards Job Corps and helping younger people, if they put it like, say they put one on a bus stop somewhere and somebody can scan a QR code and apply for it, because everything they do is free, so you don't need to pay for much. And if push comes to shove, I'm pretty sure they can supply transportation for you if you need it.
Mm-hmm. And even like going to school, since it's marketed towards children, like youth, like going to schools, like having expos, like doing speeches at schools would be a big thing to do.
Because a lot of like the Boys and Girls Clubs or like the neighborhood hostels or whatever, you can't go to those at like when you turn 18. Like after that, you're done. And that extending to 24 is like really useful. And especially because like in Milwaukee, the violent crime rate is just so high. Like it literally will keep crime down if you just have something like that to support people.
And I think this is really gonna affect the Black community, because like we already face discrimination in the workplace, and I feel like this is just gonna like increase that. Like I feel like when we don't have, the resources to get into like a fitting job, or like a job that's gonna benefit us, or that we're not like being like used, or like any type of issue that happens in the workplace for Black people, I just feel like it's just, I don't know, it's just like, why would you take that away? Like that's really,
Again,
that's like taking away.
Yeah. Again, it's mostly the money thing.
But I mean,
Right,
we
but there are
spent
ways
like
you can also lead or like guide people in the right direction to get a job, or like,
and America is the wealthiest country in the world, so we can afford to have something like this. It's not like we can't afford it. Like we have so much money. This is like a small percentage of what actually like goes in like to all of our different like organizations and stuff.
Then again, we might be going into World War III, so we might need all the money we can get.
We're not
so.
going. That's already
Don't
over.
jinx it.
That's
I'm not
already
gonna
over.
change. No, don't worry.
That's already over.
I saw a TikTok from my friend. She was like, she's about to get drafted, go into the Air Force, and then you've got people on TikTok antagonizing. Also, I don't know how. Also, people, if you're listening, those threats that you've seen on Twitter about Iran, they're not real.
Like Twitter is banned in their country. They can't access Twitter.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's banned.
all of those posts that was on like the Iranian military, and they said everyone will
They
feel
said
it.
everyone will feel it. Milwaukee, you're next. Did you see the
Yeah,
Wisconsin, you're next?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like those are fake. That comes from a Twitter account that is just making very crude jokes. It's not real. Though I don't know if Trump believed that, because then like a day later, after those threats were made, like Iran got bombed at 3 nuclear sites. So let's hope that this man does not incite another world war.
I don't agree with Trump, but I think that was actually effective.
It was
And I feel
effective.
like we
It was
were
effective.
we were gonna be involved anyway, because
Why would we? Why would we need to be?
Israel and Trump are
Oil.
like
Yeah, they best friends.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is like Trump has a pattern of always causing an issue and then fixing it, and then everyone's like, "Oh my God,
My
Trump
hero,
saved
my
the world!"
hero.
Like,
Well,
literally,
he
especially
does
with
do this. He's
TikTok,
good.
he does this every time, and it's like so toxic. Like Trump literally was like, "Oh, let's
did this with
ban TikTok," and then he's like, "Let's save TikTok, guys. Let's save TikTok.
Let's bring it back for
like,
the people."
You
And
literally
they just
caused the
believe him,
problem.
like, they're just like,
they're just like,
Trump,
and they're like, Gen Z,
How
you
does
better
he
be
do it?
thankful. You better be thankful, Gen Z. I'm like, he caused the problem. Like, like I don't know. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that's like a really bad method though, because it's quite
People are
obvious.
believing him though, like
right. We're
idiots.
just looking at him like, sir, you caused the issue. Like, but there were people on different social media accounts trying to agitate the Iranian government. Y'all know Shamar?
Oh my God.
Shamar was I don't know. Shamar was saying a whole bunch of stuff. He was talking about how y'all can't touch us and how we gonna fight. Just including everybody.
How we?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I didn't
saying.
know
He
he's.
included
I didn't know
everybody.
he spoke French. We?
Him. He needs to be the front line, but
No. Listen. Listen. If push comes to shove, listen. I'll say this: if push comes to shove, and Iran wants to get this work from America, they're going to lose. That's a
yeah.
fact.
I feel like the
But-
main issue people were worried about though was that China and North Korea would join. in.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But-
North Korea does not like anybody. Like
North Korea ain't find nobody.
no,
Like,
they really don't like anyone apart from their own
They
people.
would just join the war.
it wasn't North Korea. My bad. It was Russia. It was China and Russia,
China-
and I
yeah,
think
I-
North Korea
okay,
too.
yeah,
Russia.
Yeah, Russia and China. That sounds.
But
more
Russia,
believable.
like Putin and Trump are besties too. So
Until they did get into a scuffle a few months back, and then they rekindled like nothing happened.
same
So-
thing with Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, and Elon.
Yeah, they're
did
cool
you wait?
again.
Did you see the post where it said Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? That's why they
Yeah.
haven't even released yet.
Yeah. And nobody believes him.
Wait. I do want. I
That
do.
was known, or was it not?
I know. I don't think it
Um,
was. I don't
Probably
think it was
was.
confirmed
He
yet.
said
It wasn't
some weird stuff
confirmed.
about his daughter.
Some names were confirmed in the Epstein list. Not all of them were. But I want to say this? Not everyone who was in the Epstein files was a pedophile. Can we agree on that? Like, not everyone
I
who
don't
went.
know.
Not everyone who went
Isn't
to the
it-
island.
Isn't it for pedophiles?
What's
No,
the
no, like
island
okay, so
for,
Like, what is it for?
so on the island they were doing some dastardly things to kids. Of course they were. But Epstein was also
Diddling?
like Epstein also invited like billionaire, millionaire friends there. So not everyone who went to the island was diddling kids. But the people that
be there for?
because it was an island and
know.
Epstein was rich
Probably
and they were rich, so
It's
he
like
invited
kids'
them over.
parties. Not everyone
Some
was
some
invited.
people
Ain't
that
no
went
party
to,
like a Diddy
Okay,
party.
being a rich person, knowing what the island is initially for, you should not be participating.
well,
in
Might have
any
been
well
like
the
a
thing is
secret.
thing is there were some people who knew, others who did not know. There were some people that
So they
were on the
definitely-
list
they
and were like, I
definitely
didn't know
knew.
what the list. I didn't know like
So how
what
the
it is.
public know before they do?
I have
So
no
you asked
clue.
the
Why
right
are you
question.
asking me?
You
I-
asking
I'm
the right
just- I'm
questions.
just
We're just trying to think about this. Like, this don't even make no type of sense. Like,
This is just
It's
another
not adding up.
just another case of the elite and rich. They want to eat the poor. They want to take our kids from us.
but I
Our
don't know.
kids.
Trump has a pattern like of being friends with someone and then they get into it and then they get back cool. I don't want to say back together, but
They're following.
looks
They're
like a-
following the script perfectly. It's
But
amazing.
but the bombs that were planted or whatever, were they like proven to destroy any nuclear? Like, was it proven that they destroyed anything,
So,
or like is that
basically-
just their bases?
move your mic closer. I can hear you.
Well, on the news, they were really saying like he didn't really do anything. They really knew his stuff.
Well, I'm gonna say this because they did like America did bomb the nuclear plants, but they had like these underground bunkers of like so much like concrete, whatever material, and they moved all of the like their military stuff down there, so none of it. But it did blow up like the actual base on top of land. But it
Wait,
I don't think it touched it.
didn't the ceasefire also go through between Iran and Israel?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or I know they both were talking.
They
about
were both talk. That's crazy.
But I
a few
think,
months
I think
ago they were
Israel
talking
did
about.
Israel did stop bombing.
Yeah. A few months ago, they were talking about a ceasefire. They agreed to it, then went back to fighting. I just hope the ceasefire is a little bit more permanent this time.
I think
Because
America
doubt
doesn't
it,
need to get
but-
involved.
yeah, that's what I think too. Why should we get involved between these guys? Like, if
Israel's not even in NATO.
wow, that's
When he
that's-
joins NATO, when Israel joins NATO,
when
then we can
Israel
talk.
joins
we can
NATO,
talk. But you're not even in. You don't even go here. Like
you don't you don't go to
You
our
don't go- you
organization.
don't go here.
You're not a part of the club, so you're not allowed in.
put some money into our pockets.
You don't know the password, so you can't get in.
But
Oh yeah.
How you
Let's
hate for us
What
at the
topic
club?
are we going
Oh yeah. Let's revisit some previous holidays. Let's talk about Juneteenth.
Oh, you were speaking my language. I love Juneteenth.
did any of y'all go to Juneteenth?
The only reason
I couldn't.
only reason
was
that I
too
did not
hot.
go.
It was so
See,
hot.
look, I went last year. I literally couldn't stay outside any longer. I was terrified. I was angry. I felt all of the emotions of grief at the same time. It was too hot. It was too hot.
The only reason that I did not go to Juneteenth was because I was cleaning a lot and I had to get ready for my botillion the next
Oh.
day. So yeah, I had to do lots of stuff. But from what I heard, Juneteenth went pretty well. I saw in the news that lots of people were already marching in the streets and they were happy about it. I do want to say, first of all, though, Juneteenth is not only an African American holiday. It is some people might think of me differently because I say that, but Juneteenth is not only for the African Americans, right? It's like you can go to like the official Juneteenth celebration website. It'll say the same thing that I'm saying. Juneteenth is not just about commemorating the end of slavery. It's about a journey of achievements, resilience, and determinations for the African American community and Americans as a whole. It's a holiday of saying it's like people shouldn't take this holiday and say, look what the white man did to us. Look how we came from it. We're now free people. Because we all know that not every white person back in those times.
Well, I disagree
was-
because I feel like you can do both. Like you can
Well, yeah,
still
you can do
still
both.
acknowledge like, oh, we went through this in the past. Like this is so terrible, and then still acknowledge like, oh, like Americans are actually like, coming together and we're celebrating as a community. But I think it's about both at the same time. Like you gotta recognize, like still keep your history.
Yeah,
like, keep
yeah.
in mind of your
Recognize where you
history.
came from and
Be mindful
what
of your
you-
history.
Yeah.
But be mindful of like your freedoms and
Yeah.
your opportunities.
Only reason I say that is because I see a lot of those. I see Hebrew Israelites, and I see other black people that go outside and say, "We were the true people. We were kings once." You know, the white men are demons. No,
Well, a lot of people.
A
lot of people.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Well,
saying,
I mean,
They will literally say it
close.
like that. Like it's not. They will say it like that.
yeah, just about like that.
Like if you ever see those older black guys selling the newspapers, like my dad got one. It was just like that for the whole newspaper. Like it was the whole book.
Yeah, I just say that it's just like
Maybe
all-
they're just trying to take their
no, they're building like a nationality, like it's like nationalism around this. Like they're building their own, like black people on top, everybody else comes second.
I see that a lot.
I mean, I saw that with black people too. I feel like people saying that.
I'd say two wrongs doesn't make a right. I mean, I'd say neither race is superior. Like no.
We
race
fought for
is
equality, guys, not superiority.
I can see that.
Of course not. But June, switching gears about Juneteenth.
Wait. We still have some stories about Juneteenth, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we have more. Yeah. Has Juneteenth affect each of you guys in your own personal lives? What does it mean to you?
For me, it's like I feel like that's the only, or not the only time I can really celebrate like my freedom, but it's like where the city can come together and just like celebrate, where it's not like any, you know how other celebrations there's always like some issues or problems. Like Juneteenth, like I feel like there's rarely any issues. Like you literally just come to celebrate your people. Like
Weren't there like? I get what you're
Last
saying.
year?
Last year, yeah, last year there were
Last year.
shootings.
Yeah, just last.
One was
But
right.
That was unrelated.
Oh yeah, it was
I said
unrelated, but it was like
rarely, I said
rarely.
But I mean, you gotta think about it. Also, I feel like Milwaukee doesn't do enough community stuff like events like that. Like
It's crazy.
especially free. Like you just go to Juneteenth for free, you know. But if Milwaukee actually like tried to have community events and stuff and fun things, not just like a little park gathering once a month, you know, actually do stuff and care about the community and do stuff that's beneficial, I think we can come together a lot more.
there's
Celebrate
always
a
a
lot of
risk
people.
because people are, I don't know.
People are crazy, right?
Yeah. Last year was like a mile long. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, I'd say for me, Juneteenth is more than just about us escaping and rising from slavery, but it's the start of something new. The start of when Black people could try to make something of themselves. They could try to, even though it was still hard for them to do, and they would probably be lynched or killed for talking to the wrong person in the wrong manner, which rigged literacy tests and a rigged system that says you have to go here, be there, or else you can't come in. But it was the start of where we are now. The start of Juneteenth led to everything of what we have now. Civil rights movement led to the protests for Black Lives Matter, led to the birth of Black Lives Matter. Everything sorts to, it's like a canon event, I guess, for where we are now.
I did research some of the places that didn't have a Juneteenth festival this year. One of them would be Indianapolis. They canceled Juneteenth after failing to secure a location for the event with the city, which I think is
An excuse.
a weird excuse because all the other places, I don't know. But another place would be Bend, Oregon, due to safety concerns. Plano, Illinois. It was due to circumstances outside of the organizers' control and community engagement and negative feedback. That was just 3 of the places that I researched, and I just think that there are ways around I feel like they're just excuses. Like there are ways around any issue you think you may have, It's literally just a 1 day of celebration. Like you can have 1 day of celebration. It's
Most likely an excuse just to not do it. But anyways, Black Day, right?
Well, I guess
Or
we're getting
July
short
4th.
on. Do we want
Why
to?
don't we just combine these?
Yeah.
Well, they're so close together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Flag Day. Flag Day is a United States holiday celebrated every year on June 14th, and it commemorates the date in 1777 when the Confederate Congress adopted the design for the first American flag, the Stars and Stripes, and it's a day to honor the flag and the ideals that it represents, besides how other people interpret the flag. The Continental Congress left no record as to why it chose red, white, and blue as the colors. However, in 1782, the Congress of Articles of Confederation chose the colors of the Great Seal of the United States with these meanings. So the white in our flag is meant to signify purity and innocence. Red is for valor and hardiness. Blue is for vigilance, perseverance, and justice. And according to the end of the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center, the colors originated with the British flag, which is called the Union Jack, and it was a combination of the Scottish Cross of St. Andrew and the English Cross of St. George at the time. So that's why we have the red, white, and blue, and everybody knows why we have the 50 stars, one for each state of America.
Yeah, and it was updated every time. Like,
Yeah, it was updated every time.
I think it was like, well, Hawaii was the last state to be added, and I think that was in the 60s,
sometime around then. Yeah.
which is pretty recent.
Can you believe all the people that are like
Someone had like a 42 star flag.
Oh yeah, or like those people that are like they'll walk up to somebody that's Puerto Rican or Hawaiian. It's like, you guys came over from Puerto Rico. You guys are so strong for what you do. It's like, no, Puerto Rico is part of America, man. Like,
Yeah, I see it.
that was literally in Across the Spider-Verse, where the guidance counselor was like, you came from a struggling immigrant family. Immigrant, Puerto Rico is part of America. Like, like
Trump don't know that.
Yeah, and but then we can talk about 4th of July. It celebrates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence from Great Britain on July 4th, 1776. The year before the adoption of the American flag.
Let me say it. America. Okay, there, I got it.
You were holding that in?
Yes, I was holding that in all day.
Okay.
I love 4th of July, apart from the times when I can't decipher if it's actually fireworks, sparklers, or gunshots.
Oh, yeah.
There was a time when I was on 38th Street at my dad's house. I was playing.
Don't doubt yourself.
I said on
whole
30.
street.
Listen, I said 38th Street. I didn't say my address. All right. I was on 38th Street. I was in the living room playing on my PS4, trying to beat God of War 3 because I couldn't do it for the longest time. And it was July 4th, and on that same day, there's fireworks going off in the background. All of a sudden, I hear this loud explosion. Like it's not a firework. I know it's a gunshot, and it just starts going off. Like I don't look out the window. I immediately just get on the ground, because there have been cases where people just get shot through their living room window, and everyone like, oh man, I didn't mean to do that. I was just celebrating. No, you celebrate by going to the store and buying a sparkler.
That
don't-
is how the North Side celebrates, though, right? They use in the air.
You don't get a 9mm. You don't get a 9mm. Put some ammo into it and start blowing that thing in the air. That's not what you
Yeah, I
do.
know,
Those
that's
bullets
so
come back
unsafe.
down. Those bullets come back
Stuff
down.
just coming down.
But it's not
I
gonna
know.
come down anymore.
Yes, it will.
You never know.
I mean,
It literally can.
well, okay, well,
The return velocity is going to kill someone.
well, look, I don't think they should be doing that either. But
Hoorah, America!
No, literally,
Shotgun beers
I
and
remember my mom, or not even my mom. I forgot who told me, but someone told me like about the story of this girl that was in the second floor of her house, and she was by her window and she got killed. So somebody told me, and literally there's a window right by my bed. So every time I hear some shooting, I move on the other side of my bed and get away from my window. That'd be scary. But
Oh, did you guys hear about the blackout? Were you trying to say something? Oh.
no, I was telling you to get closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so on Instagram I saw like a bunch of people like reposting something about a blackout on July 4th. I'm not sure exactly if it's like one specific reason, but I think they're just protesting against Trump. So I don't know how much of 4th of July is going to be like celebration or protesting. Or,
If I
don't
see
know, but
if I see anyone in the streets protesting, breaking in shop windows, and protesting against Donald Trump, I'm protesting against Donald Trump by taking this brand new TV. No, you're not. You're.
Okay,
like-
but
wearing
that's
black.
that's literally not even like what.
That's-
That's like 10. That's like not even 10% of what.
but there are some people.
Yeah, but
that
that's
will
not.
do
That's
it.
not like.
Hopefully not.
It's
of
an
course.
issue, but it's not like.
It's an issue. Yeah, it's an
It's
issue.
not
but
like.
it's not,
Oh,
not
let's just cancel our protest. You know, like there was a lot of people like during that time. People were just like, oh well, I see this as an opportunity to just do bad stuff, but that's not a reflection of like actually like protesting
Yeah.
and stuff. Like that's just like the small few that decide to do that.
But even though that is a small few, that's one of the images that gets pushed out a lot.
Well, of course.
Is the protesting and the looting and the
you of all
violence.
people should not be believing the images. Like you know. How
I'm
that
not.
gets
No, I'm
turned
not
around by the
believing.
media.
I'm not. I didn't say I was believing the images. I said that's the image that gets pushed out. That's an image that gets pushed out. Like whenever there's protests, you mostly see pictures and footage of people looting or screaming out in the streets, throwing stuff.
Even
or
with the
cans at
LA
police
protests,
officers.
like even
yeah,
with
in the
those,
LA
like,
protests.
they were very exaggerated.
Yeah.
It was very peaceful. Like,
Yeah.
and even while people on like news outlets were talking about, oh, the protesters did this, and this, there were
Yeah.
literally like live streams of them in LA with like just singing, and
Yeah.
it was a concert going on. Like,
They had food trucks. All types
yeah.
of stuff.
But before we go, we can talk about some graduation. So we're graduated. We're graduated.
Oh, I graduated already. Ooh.
Yes. When was your graduation? When was your graduation?
Oh, it was on May 25th.
May 25th. Oh, yours was before
Or
mine.
22nd. Yeah.
How many people went
It's
to your
been a
school? Was it
while.
a big school? Went to a big school or no?
No, it's a small school. It's a private school.
Oh.
Around,
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
200
I forgot.
students.
Yeah. Oh, our graduation ceremony was. You came, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice.
It was.
I was
This
late. It was it was June.
Wait.
Late
I
to
was-
your ceremony.
yeah.
I
It's
gotta-
not my fault. It's not my fault. There was a lot going on, and I couldn't even be in control after that.
Listen. Brina was the last one to come to graduation that day.
I had my
Like-
two teachers text me. They were like, "Where are you?
No, seriously.
Where are you?"
Like Miss Mogg was about to get on you about this because we were literally lined up on the steps, ready to take our graduation picture. Everyone was there, and we were like, "Where's Brina at?" Like, I don't.
I couldn't even do my hair. I went with ugly hair to my own graduation.
I didn't even notice that. Like, your hair was all right.
I couldn't, but it was a great experience.
It was. I gave a speech that was like very
I didn't wanna give
heartfelt
no
and
speech.
emotional.
Well, I kind of wanted to like last year, but then this year I was like, that's too much work. I don't feel like writing a speech.
Too much work. Everything I do is work, so I just had to keep doing it. I was forced to do that. No, I wasn't. I wanted to do that. But yeah, graduation was something entirely new for me. You know what I did the first few days after my graduation? Absolutely nothing. Like I did nothing. I didn't even come out of the house. Like I stayed inside, and that to me, that doesn't feel right to me. I don't think I should be inside all day.
I would get invited to any like after parties.
No, I like people don't invite me to parties. I was just
I was
inside.
throwing a party.
That sounds really sad.
I was throwing a party, but it wasn't like a party. It was just like a celebration.
Oh, yeah.
It was gonna be like a picnic, but I ended up. I don't know what happened with that. I think something happened, and we ended up. What did we end up doing?
We went to Mount Olympus.
Oh yeah, we ended up going to Mount Olympus. Yeah.
Yeah, Brina invited me to Mount
Yeah.
Olympus. That's the only thing that I went to, and then I was like, and the Mount Olympus. Listen,
Well, that's still fun.
it was no, it wasn't. It was.
It wasn't fun?
No, it wasn't
What
because
happened?
we listen. It was fun to go, but the experience as a whole was
Well,
not
what-
fun.
what
Yeah, because
people, like,
Marco
splashing
didn't
in
want to
your
get in
eye?
the pool at all. Oh my god! So it was me and my friend. It was me, him, and my friend, right? And my sister, and my dad. So my sister and my dad, I don't know where they were. They was
Yeah.
eating or something, or in the bathroom. I don't know, changing. And then my friend, I was like, okay, get in the pool. He was like, no, it's cold. I was like, just get in the pool. Like it's not gonna be cold. He was like, no, it's cold. So and then Mount Olympus has that big wave pool. So we ended up walking all the way over there, and I was like, okay, you're gonna get in the pool. Get in the pool. And he's like,
He got in
man,
the
it's
shallow
cold.
end.
I'm gonna drown. I'm like, you came
He
to
stood
a
in the
water-
shallow end.
He literally stood. Mind you, this man is like 6'1". He stood in the back with the little toddlers. He stood in the back just like this the whole time. Like get in the pool.
Like, bro, you
at
can you
a
cannot
water
be
park,
that
you know?
afraid of water.
We're at a
right?
water park.
And the rest of the amount, like we got to the wave pool, we got one wave, and then like 15 minutes later, like, okay, guys,
They're like,
wave
"Get
pool's
out the
closed.
pool."
Like, okay, guys, wave pool's closed, and I'm like, what the heck,
They
man?
gave me like one little baby wave. Like I was trying to go all the way.
That was it.
Oh my god! Last year, or I think it was like 2 years ago, when I went with my friend, and we're at, I think it was Noah's Ark, and they have one, and me and her was literally in the front, and I almost drowned,
the
and she would not
wave?
help me. Yes, like the deep end. Like this is like the 6th foot. Mind you, I'm like 5'3". Like I'm not supposed to be up there. And literally, the wave came, and I was like, help me, and she was just looking at me. I was like, help me, like I'm about to drown.
Sail her down.
And she was like, oh my god, I thought you were just playing. Like I'm.
If you don't see me come up for air, I'm not playing.
And the lifeguard was, I don't know.
That's how most people die.
Lifeguard was just chilling.
Fatality.
I needed some saving.
Yeah.
I can swim. That's the thing. Like I can swim, but that wave pool just like I don't know. I just had like 8 pounds of water in my lungs.
8 pounds of water in your lungs?
That's what it felt like. I feel like I can get up. Like I feel like I weighed an
Crazy
extra 100 pounds. I don't know. It's terrible. But
like the celebration I had with Brina was fun, but everything else was like.
Well, I mean, like, what happened?
Like we got one wave pool. Then they said get out. It was like the entire water park closed.
And then we tried to sneak up. We tried to sneak onto like the little kiddie side
to go on those water slides.
And then it was so messed up because there was one like girl and she just went down the slide. So I was like, hey, we're gonna go down the slide, like, woo. And then the lifeguard's like, you can't. This is closed. You can't. So I was acting like I was gonna walk. I was like walking the other way to go down, and I was waiting for him to turn around so I could go down the slide.
And then I was being watched for her, and he was like, it's not gonna work, man.
I was like,
Might
it's
as
not
well
gonna
go.
work.
Like the entire water park closed down, and I wanted to go on the biggest water slide they had there. So it's like the biggest water slide in America. We didn't get to do that. We went to the roller coaster section. All of the rides were either closing down, or the lines were so long and obnoxious, and the rides were so short
And
too.
we got food. The food was like.
No.
I got me
so
a
you
chili-
agree with him that it was kind of mid?
No, it was fun. It's just you can still like criticize. Like it was,
I liked going with Brina and with her family and friends, stuff like
Look,
that. But
I got a chili dog, and chili dog was just gross. Like it was like like chili like chili's supposed to have some beans, like some texture.
Was it just like
it was
that
slop?
liquidy- yeah.
Like it was slop. Like
Sloppy
it was like
Joe.
it was like sloppy Joe without the ground beef. Like that's what it felt. I was like a bit nasty.
Crazy.
But hey, I had
Yeah.
fun. We got on a couple roller coasters. We got on like 5 roller coasters.
Yeah. Well, that was it. I'm doing nothing still except working, so that's great.
Just keep working until you go to college.
And of course, yeah. If I ever make that far, don't worry about it.
Oh, what's up with this pessimistic like?
I am used. Listen, whenever I'm pessimistic, I'm just being sarcastic. I'm an optimist all day. Anyways, that concludes today's show. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today to our show. Our next show will be Saturday, July 19th at 8 a.m. This will be our anniversary celebration show with our 8th year of being on the air. So big things going on there. Don't forget to check out our website at www.ctemke.org. See you soon.
Bye.
See ya.